Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Susan Mutana and my channel is Susan the Trainer. So please make sure you subscribe to this channel, share with your friend, drop your comments, your feedback. So we've been talking about personal finances, and in this series today, we're going to talk about a very subject dear to my heart. We are going to talk about borrowing. Borrowing, you got me right. So I know majority of us are in debt in one way or another. And we normally joke that even Kenya is in debt, or even Kenya has borrowed from several maybe countries and all that. So at a personal level, I'd like us to discuss this issue of borrowing because it's really ruining the lives of many people, more so affecting the mental health of people. So I'd like us to discuss about the questions you need to ask yourself before borrowing. We know we have a lot of digital lending apps. For example, we have the easiest one, just Fuliza. You can overdraw your M-Pesa mobile wallet balance. We know there is a Tala, there is Timiza, name them, all those. It's all about borrowing, taking money that is not yours with a promise that you'll pay back. And mostly it's not free of charge. You'll pay back with an interest. So, my dear Kenyans, let me ask, before you borrow, do you ask yourself whether you really need that loan? Be it a short term, be it a long term. Do you really need? Is it really important for you to go into debt? Because one thing I want us to agree is that a debt is a debt, provided you have taken money from someone or an institution with a promise to pay, you need to pay back no matter how long it will take. So in this case, do you ask yourself whether it's really necessary for you to go into that debt? And there's something that I normally call, I normally advise people to employ. There is delayed gratification, whereby it is the ability for you to postpone a short-term luxury for a long-term reward. In this case, you find like at times, majority of us will be out of debt or not in debt situations if we had applied delayed gratification. For example, you pass by, you see a nice dress, it's in fashion. The question is it even important for you to buy at that point, or you'd rather go into debt so that you can be smart, or you'd rather not buy, not go into debt in order to buy that thing or that dress so that you can be financially sound and not be in debt, because every debt has an interest no matter how little it is. So, can you try from today and apply delayed gratification, whereby before you go into debt to purchase something, you're like, can I wait? As opposed to acquire this thing. Maybe I feel like I'm tired of washing my clothes. I need a washing machine. But instead of myself messing up into borrowing, can I wait until when I have maybe saved enough or at a later time and then acquire the washing machine without getting into debt? So that's what I mean. The other thing is, can you raise funds to support the expense that you want to support in alternative means as opposed to borrowing? Do you explore the available options that you can have? For example, can I save for this thing as opposed to just borrowing at this time? And the other thing is, can you afford repayments? Because it's one thing for you to have even a higher loan limit, and as you know, like you have a high credit score, but you may not be in a position to afford the repayments. So I'd say, like, before you get into debt, ask yourself those basic questions. And then maybe you're telling me, Susan, stop discouraging us to get into debt. Maybe there is a good debt and a bad debt. I'll say yes. If you go into debt and the debt helps you generate income, which is long-term in nature. For example, you say, okay, let me acquire debt. I invest in A, B, C, D, for example, or I boost my business, or I boost this kind of investment and the returns are high. So I'll say a debt is only good whereby the return on investment is higher than the cost of funds you incur for you to acquire that debt. Let's take, for example, if maybe you're going to debt to, maybe for example, let's take, you've taken a debt of 100,000 to invest. Out of the 100,000, maybe the interest is 10,000. So it means you're repaying back 110. But if you are investing the 110 to earn you something like 140, for example, you find like the profit from the investment is higher than the cost of the debt plus the interest towards it. So I'll say that is a good debt. but at times it might have even some other repercussions. So you just need also to consider that. And a bad debt, I'll say, is a debt that you take to buy things that lose value quickly. We know there are things that are perishable, or things that lose value or become obsolete in a short time. So it doesn't make sense to go into debt to acquire things that will be obsolete after a certain period, or to go and invest the borrowed funds into an investment whereby the returns are even lower than the interest you are paying. So, my dear, if you are talking about a good debt and a bad debt, then I'll say let that debt generate for you income. There is more than the cost that you'll use to acquire the credit. And then the other thing, I want you to have a culture of becoming a responsible borrower. Last time we talked about budgeting. So before you incur a debt or you go into borrowing, can you budget for that expense as opposed to just go direct to acquire money through debts? Because we've said that debt will have an interest, and we know interest can be either simple or compounded. As in, compounded means like the percentage is charged on the outstanding balance, maybe every day or every month, and maybe it could be a fixed percentage. In this case, I want you to be budgeting before making a purchase or incurring an expenditure. That one will help you look at all the alternative means as opposed to just go directly into borrowing. And also, at the point of you taking a loan, for example, make sure you just be honest. Tell the truth when filling the form. Because majority, even in these mobile apps, we just fill information that is not true for the sake of just that you want that amount of money. And also, use the money for the correct purpose. If you've taken that loan for maybe development purposes, ensure that you put it into the right use and repay in the agreed time. That's why we've talked about can you afford the repayments? And one mistake that I find that people do is you get into debt to support your day-to-day expenditure. That is not right. You need to find a way of supporting your basic needs, as opposed you need to earn income that will make you support your basic needs. And as we mentioned, you'd rather live below your means so that you don't go into debt in order to support your day-to-day expenditure. So as we end up our video today, I want you to reflect in terms of your borrowing discipline. I'll tell you, if it is necessary for you to borrow, then borrow what you can pay back. Don't just borrow anyhowly. And in terms of personal finances, I'll insist that you just need to ensure that you discipline yourself. Also, you just need to understand yourself in terms of the triggers. What triggers me to borrow? If you find like there are no justifiable reasons, then try as much as possible to mitigate those triggers. Maybe it's peer pressure. When I go maybe to a certain event, I want to be like people. So you have to end up in debt because you want to do that. So I'll tell you, can you handle your triggers? If it's self-esteem, work on your self-esteem so that you don't fall into peer pressure, for example. Also, don't borrow for day-to-day survival. Generate income. Look for ways of earning income as opposed to survive on borrowing. And one thing I want to ask you today, for those who are in debt, be it a mobile loan, be it a bank loan, or from a SACCO, can you account for your debts? If maybe for those who are employed, you have a pay slip that says you have a loan balance of maybe 1 million, or maybe you took a loan of maybe 500,000 or 300,000 or 100,000. Can you account for that? Can you account on how you channel that money? Is the investment useful? So if you cannot account, then from today, try as much as possible not to get into debt. Or if you get into debt, ensure that the returns will be higher than the cost, and also be accountable to your own self. It all needs discipline. I'll say from a personal experience, at times you have the apps that are the digital lending apps. You even feel like, let me uninstall it because I want to be clean on this. But then it reaches a point where like, Susie, I can't survive. Let me just reinstall Tala again. And it's like a cycle. You need to reach to a point and be intentional and tell yourself like, no, I want to minimize or to manage my debt. In our next podcast, we'll talk about debt management, because maybe you are there and you're telling me, Susan, how do I come out of debt? I'm in a fix. I have both short-term and long-term debt. So keep tuning in. Our next video, I'll continue on this topic of debt management, on how to come out of debt. Until next time, bye. Make sure you subscribe, you share, you like, drop a comment. Thank you so much. Bye.